Welcome to another Rolled in Reacts episode. This is what happens when you don't believe that oil changes are actually necessary. And this customer apparently hit a curb doing 50 miles an hour. And this customer came in complaining about exhaust smells inside the cab. Customer states, I usually do all my own oil changes, but I don't have time this year, so can you help? Yeah, looks great. The owner of this 2015 Ford Fusion came in saying that the tires have a couple more miles on them, don't worry. And this customer had fixed their transmission with a friend, but forgot to top off their transmission oil afterwards. And the owner of this car had installed a new battery in their very own creative way. This car came in because the customer complained about a shaking wheel after their friend had done some suspension work on their car. This customer had apparently designed and installed their very own exhaust system, but had to come in because of a leak. Customer states, my son borrowed my truck for the weekend and now I have a weird wheel noise. This customer came in saying that their brakes worked fine up until this morning, but then they started having horrible grinding noises. And this customer said that they had a little bit of a vibration when driving on the highway. And this engine came in with its very own well of fresh spring water. This customer came in saying that they hear a clunking noise anytime they try accelerate rapidly. Yummy yum. And rumor has it that this might be the world's first spinner wheel. This customer had their friend fix their brakes for them, but now they don't have any brakes at all. Customer states, clunking sounds when going over bumps after repairs at another shop. This customer came in for a pre-purchase inspection of this car, and this is what the mechanic found. And this BMW M5 came in because it had some issues. Nice. Customer states, the gear stick gets all excited when I press the gas. And this customer came in saying, did some repairs myself, but now my car clunks a lot. And this car had a bit of a rodent issue. The owner of this truck came in complaining about a wobbling steering wheel. And this car came in because of a knocking sound. Customer states, whenever I blink, everything blinks. This customer rolled in because of a brake issue and had apparently said, "Thanks, but I know someone who can weld for cheap." Apparently they had to come back 3 days later because I guess they got what they paid for. This 2004 Chevy Avalanche came in with quite the clunking sounds. Customer states, strange noises when turning. And this customer came in saying that their car had started running rough lately. I wonder why. This Ford Transit apparently had its valve cover break open, which caused a pretty big oil leak. And this truck came in looking like this after the double cardan joint on the drive shaft broke while the customer had been pulling a trailer with concrete behind him. Customer states, was driving on the highway, heard a loud pop, and then my engine stopped. Customer states, truck doesn't want to move when in drive. The mechanic found the ring gear in the differential to be completely worn out. This truck came in for its yearly inspection, and this is what the technician ended up finding. The owner of this minivan came in because they had opened the door a bit too roughly. And this Saturn SL1 came in because it had some issues with its transmission. And when your tires start looking like this, it's probably time for new ones. This car came in after the owner complained about the car feeling jerky and that they keep hearing a clunking sound when driving. The customer ended up declining all repairs. The owner of this car came in complaining about a little bit of vibration. This Chevy Tahoe came in for a regular oil change when the mechanic discovered this. The owner of this Ford Edge came in saying, "Whenever I go in reverse, the entire world is upside down." Customer states, brake issues, please advise. And this cat had a little bit more than just one problem. This mail car is a bit strange. You drive it on the right because it's a mail car, right? But you can't get in from the driver's side and they haven't installed a pulley system to the passenger side, so you kinda have to steer like this. And this truck came in for some new brake light fluid. And this car came in with a bit of a leak. And you gotta love that fix-a-flat. It's not messy at all. This customer had a bit of a noise when going over bumps after having fixed their suspension with some zip ties. This car needed a healthier diet, said the owner, so he had topped it off with orange juice instead of engine oil. And this mechanic had some extra help when working on this engine. This truck came in for a quick oil change when the mechanic discovered that the customer had installed their own underglow kit all by themselves. This wheel bearing has definitely seen some better days. And this car came in for some body and engine work after the owner had driven through the wrong neighborhood. Honey, coffee's ready. This 92 Chevy CK 1500 came in after the customer had done some work on it all by themselves. And this customer came in complaining about their brake pedal feeling soft after their friend had helped them change the brake fluid. And this is what happens when a turbo seal breaks and oil starts leaking into the exhaust. And this customer came in saying that every time he wants to wash the windshield, it washes the engine instead. This car came in because the customer said it had a timing belt issue, but this is what the mechanic found. This car came in because the exhaust system fell off after the owner had just installed it all by himself. And this customer came in saying, "I just drove a bit off-road, it can't be that bad, right?" Satisfying. And this customer said that they keep hearing water sounds when they open the rear door. The owner of this car had hit a hole in the road doing 50 miles an hour. And this customer was driving through a puddle of water that turned out to be a larger pothole. Customer states, "I have to keep pumping my tires up all the time. Please advise." And this car rolled in because it just wouldn't start after the owner had installed a new sound system together with her friend. This car came in with a pretty bad turbo noise. This car came in because the owner complained about a slipping clutch, and this is what the mechanic found. The owner of this car came in saying that he has had a clunking noise for a while and wants to make sure it's nothing serious. The owner of this car said he thinks something might be wrong with the engine. And this customer complained about a clunking sound coming from their wheels. Customer states, "Hit a pothole and now car is really bumpy when driving." This car came in with a pretty decent leak. And this customer came in saying that they think they need new brakes. And this customer said that they hit a pothole and that their car is not the same ever since. And this engine had some intake issues. And the owner of this car had restored the interior all by himself using a YouTube tutorial. This car caught on fire as the customer was pulling in to drop it off at the shop. Apparently, the customer had noticed a burnt smell in the cab before arriving at the shop, and the mechanic suspected it to be caused by a faulty wiring job. Customer states, "Knocking sounds from engine." Customer states, "I can barely step on the gas because my car revs like crazy." And this customer came in saying that they only need new pads. Customer states, "Every time I floor it, I hear a really bad clunk." And these cat thieves must have been in quite a rush because they ended up stealing a muffler instead of a cat. And the owner of this car came in for a pre-purchase inspection, and this is what the mechanic found. And this customer came in saying that their trunk is almost always wet. Customer states, I think I hit something on my way home from work. Customer states, car keeps overheating, please advise. The mechanic found that the head gasket and water pump both need a replacement. And this window couldn't decide if it wants to go up or down. Customer states, heard a loud bang after I hit something on the road. And the owner of this car complained about his brakes being really squeaky. This customer had their friend do some work on their car, but now complains about squeaky noises when driving over speed bumps. Where you're supposed to drain it, where someone wanted to drain it. This customer had their friend go through their engine and also rebuild the injectors, and this is what it ended up sounding like. This car came in because it was leaking fuel after the owner had done some exhaust work on it by himself. Customer states, I think I hit something on the road. Can you check it out? And this customer came in saying that their car had started to run rough after having been at another shop. This truck came in because the customer heard a loud bang from the wheels when driving home from work. And this car came in because the owner complained about a clunking sound. Customer states, was stuck in snow, floored it until I felt the wheels gripping, but then I heard a loud pop. Ah, it's that Flintstone guy again. And this truck had a bit of a water leak. And this car came in after the customer had done some work on it by himself and wanted to see if it was done right. This customer came in complaining about a clunking noise. Customer states, was racing my buddy, but then I heard a loud bang and the engine shut off. Please advise. And apparently, some Hondas let you DJ while you drive. And you can never have too many secret cookie stashes in your truck. And this customer came in saying that she's been hearing a beeping sound from the front of the car for about a week and wanted it checked out. Turns out that someone really wanted to know exactly where she was going, at all times. Scary. And this customer came in saying that their car keeps peeing itself. Customer states, wobbly steering wheel. Customer states, I only want a tire repair, don't try and screw me over. And this customer came in saying that they heard a loud bang and their truck just stopped moving. This customer had an oil leak and decided to fix it themselves, but had to come in again because the fix didn't last that long. The owner of this car had driven through a creek of water and had to come in to get their intercooler drained. And getting behind this car on the highway would definitely be at your own risk. This car came in because it had a whining noise. Turned out to be a water pump that didn't look too bad but still needed replacement. This car came in with starting issues after the owner had done some electrical work on it by himself. This 2019 Honda CR-V came in for an oil change, and this is what the mechanic found. Apparently, the car had 60,000 miles on it and hadn't had a single oil change since new. Customer states, wheels wobble a lot at higher speeds. Customer states, car seat makes theme song noises. And this customer said that whenever I shift, it smells like a pig's butt and it's almost impossible to get it in gear anymore. Customer states, poor acceleration, please advise. This car came in because the owner just couldn't open the window. And this is what a bad ball joint looks like. If you ever heard mechanics say that the ball joint is loose, they don't mean the actual bolt, but the actual ball inside the socket inside the ball joint is loose. And this customer complained about steering wheel vibration. And this customer had done some brake work on his car all by himself, but had to come in because of a metallic noise. This car came in with a leaking head gasket after the owner had tried replacing it all by themselves. And this, ladies and gents, is why mechanics wear gloves and put floor mats in your car before entering. This Nissan Rogue came in because of a rattling noise. And this customer came in saying that he heard a loud bang from underneath the car and then lost all power. And this customer apparently said, "What are you talking about? I don't need new discs, they're almost new." And this customer was driving on the highway when the brakes suddenly seized up. The owner of this car had swapped their own tires, but had to come into the shop to get it fixed. And this customer had driven through a bit of water and had to come in because their car now runs a bit rough. This truck came in with wheel bearing issues after the customer had tried doing their own quick fix. And this is what happens when you screw the spark plugs in too tight. The threads, they just don't want to leave the spark plug hole. This customer had fixed their tire a week before, but had to come in because they were just that unlucky. And this Lexus drove in with some differential issues. The mechanic drained the differential of oil and found it had a lot of metal shavings in it. Customer states, clunking sounds coming from underneath the truck. Please check and advise. The owner of this car came in complaining about a sudden loss of power when driving on the highway. And this customer came in saying that his car handles like a bag of potatoes at higher speeds. And sometimes all you need is a little quick fix. And this car came in because it kept overheating and the customer couldn't turn it off. The mechanic even tried disconnecting the battery, but the car just kept running. If you have any idea of what might be causing this, let us know below. Customer states, small tire leak, please advise. This car came in after it had started to run poorly, and this is what the mechanic ended up finding.
Oh. Oh no.
Customer states, my car won't go over 1200 RPMs, please advise. The mechanic found that someone had replaced the tube going to the throttle position sensor, but had been in a bit of a rush and ended up damaging the connector. This car came in because it had a bad vibration and poor braking power, and the customer apparently said, I usually do all my own work, but I trust you guys. Customer states, my friend recently helped me replace the water pump. Apparently, the gear had just fallen out on its own, said the mechanic. The owner of this car says he does all his own work, but now has a starting issue that he just can't figure out. And this customer was driving home from work when they heard a loud bang from underneath their car. I don't think I want to know what that is. This customer came in complaining about starting issues, and this is what the mechanic found. Customer states, I think something's burning inside my car. And this customer came in saying that he just wants a tire swap. And I think this is one of the nicest colors you can have on a classic car, but it's also a color that has a complicated relationship with clear coat. And this car came in with a bit of a loose lug nut. This customer had done some wheel and suspension work by themselves, but had to come in because of a pretty loud clunking noise when going over bumps. This customer had their buddy fix their fuel pump for them for free, but had to come in because now the car wouldn't start. The mechanics thought that this actually was a Hemi-fitted Mini, but got a bit disappointed when they opened the hood. But hey, you can always dream. This customer came in for an oil leak after their friend had tried fixing it for them for cheap. Nah, she good. And the owner of this motorcycle had fixed a leaking exhaust all by himself. And this customer came in because the owner complained about really bad braking power. If you enjoyed this video, please hit the like and subscribe for more. Thank you for watching, and until next time.